The TDG Cup, and well done Ralph for 2009. Race 2, lights go out, clutches get dropped, are on board once again with Emmett O'Grady. Here we go. It's heads down and all out. Power, power, power. Emmett on the Absol Racing machine from Tralee in Ireland there. It's Southern Ireland actually, not Northern Ireland, don't have a postcode. Oh, and that looks to me like Jamie Devine that's just in front. Here he comes, right up alongside him. Father of Jamie Devine worked right throughout the break between the races to get that bike up and running again. It was a bit bent and battered. Apologies all round. He said that he tried to get up the inside. I think the front wheel caught the curb or something and just flipped away, and that was it. Poor old Ben Miller was just in the route of the runaway bike. And Alex Olsen was so unlucky to get collected by Ben Miller's bike. But Emmett O'Grady was saying, thank you very much. I'll take that. But it's Emmett O'Grady that leads now. Jamie Devine is second. There is Rhys Rothwell from Bolton in Lancashire on the ghostbikes.com machine, as is his brother Curtis, number 8. That's a TDG, I think that's Alistair Haynes just in front of him. Here they come, roaring up that fast start and finish straight into the top right-hander. Apparently there's a pig farm at the end of there now. I say this because we caught a tiny little pig running around by the start and we didn't know where to take it, so we took it back up there where there's a pig farm. Just a bit of trivia in case you're interested. At the end of the day, we were catching piggies. They don't squawk when you pick them up, believe you me. Anyway, back to the more interesting thing. This is the racing. Emmett O'Grady up front. Ralph Laturgo's there again in third. So the newly crowned TDG champion has decided that he's going to finish his penultimate round here at Snetterton in style. It's a bit windy at the top end, as you can tell by the noise in our camera before the bikes get to us. But there it is, and it is Jamie Devine there chasing down the Brazilian torpedo, Ralph Laturgo. Listen to that wind, it really is starting to get up some. That is Alistair Hayes. There's Duncan Knox with Rhys Rothwell right behind him, and I think that's Tommy Dale just in front. Come on, Duncan. Amanda, his wife, the most attractive, but actually there's two very attractive mechanics in the paddock. I haven't mentioned the other one yet, so she's not going to get it all her own way. Top of the straight, and the top 3 go through. No change out front at the moment. Ralph Laturgo looking to finish in real grand style as the newly crowned TDG champion. Emmett O'Grady trying to make up for that disaster of Brands Hatch. He didn't have a bad ride at Cadwell Park, apparently. Well, it's time for tea. Put the kettle on, mother. We're going to take a break. So welcome back here to Snetterton. I hope you enjoyed your tea and biscuits. Ralph Laturgo has now decided it's time for him to be out front, and that's exactly where he is. Emmett O'Grady's second, Jamie Devine there in third after recovering from that crash in race 1. Ben Miller a little bit detuned chasing down this group. But it's Ralph Laturgo. Well, he is a TDG Cup runner and at the moment leading all the young guns. So I think they'll be thinking that it's time to get past, as they would consider, the old boy, because Ralph is 33 and these lads are all under the age of 24. Here to go, completes another lap. Back on board once again with Emmett O'Grady, chasing down that fluorescent machine of Ralph Laturgo. Can he catch him? And Ralph is beginning to pull a bit of a gap, you know. These tyres will start to go off. They're all, of course, Michelin tyres. It's a one-make tyre series. The machines are limited to what you can do. Tony has given us a tech talk at each round, basically outlining what you can and can't do to the machines, and I'm hoping it's helped some of you guys that ride Triumphs on the road at home as to whether you can improve the handling or the performance of your machine. But you have to remember there are things called speed limits, and when you are a foolish person on a motorcycle on the road, it tends to reflect upon the rest of us. So please do not do wheelies up your local dual carriageway at about 140 mile an hour. It doesn't go down well with the public, least of all the police, if you get caught. Be sensible on the road, because it reflects on the whole motorcycling industry. Ralph Laturgo still has it. And it's still Emin O'Grady second. It's still Jamie Devine third. Alistair Hayes is in that group as well. And so is, I think, Duncan Knox. I'm trying to spot Duncan amongst that group, but he's under pressure. Oh, wide there from Emin O'Grady. Almost lost the front end of that. Probably outbraked himself a little bit, trying to get past. Is that Tommy Dale in? Yes, it is Tommy Dale in fourth, looking for third, or is it second? Three abreast. Who's going to make the corner? Oh, Ralph's decided to adopt the Rossi dangling leg style. Not quite sure where that ever came from, and not quite sure whether it does any good. But if you watch Jamie Devine when we're on board with Emin O'Grady behind him, you'll notice there's a strange style. He doesn't drop that knee. Most riders, you'll notice there, Ralph dropping that knee, but there again, Jamie doesn't. Keeps it tucked into the fairing. Strange style, because that's how you kind of counterbalance yourself when you hang off the seat, and it gives you an idea of how far you are over on your tyres. Well, Jamie decided to go grass tracking there for a moment. It seems to work for him, and we won't question or criticise a style that works for somebody. Well, another one on the grass there. 36, Ben Hardy from Hullbridge. Not supposed to be on there. It's supposed to stay on the tarmac. Much safer. But it's still Laturco that leads. O'Grady's still there in second, and he's looking for the lead. He's going for the braking manoeuvre down into the S's, and he does make it stick. Yes, this time Ralph was just... I think maybe Ralph said, I've had my moment of glory. I am the champion. No need to kill myself in any shape or form. I'll just I'll follow the other guys around and have a bit of fun. But I know what Ralph, he's a racer through and through. Brands Hatch, of course, on the 29th of September is the final round of the series. And, well, with the championships basically tied up, I think, today, certainly the TDG Cup is. I'm not so sure about the Michelin Young Gun Series, whether Devine has done enough now, because after all his nearest rival Lance Kerry is out of it, and also Ben Miller went down with him just about here on the S's in the first race. Curtis Rothwell, number 8. GhostBikes.com. Hopefully they'll be on board for next year with the guys. Ralph Laturco's gone back into the lead. He has decided that, hey, I might be older than you guys, I'll show you a little bit of wisdom. But I'd say Ralph isn't a veteran rider. He started riding in the UK, I think it was on 400s. I think it was Bemsey he started riding with, and he's just progressed on, and he's now back to, I was going to say third, but no, he held on to second with the dangling leg. Now, you look at Ralph, how he drops that leg out. Everybody else does, whereas Jamie Devine, who's now in fourth, doesn't, and Ralph comes back at him. Well, he's obviously been on the fizzy pop during the lunch break, and he's lost it again. Big curse Emmett. Was it Emmett, or is that Tommy Dale? No, there's Emmett. Is that Tommy Dale? Oh, holy smoke, that's what you call a bit of outbreaking. Emin O'Grady right round the outside of Ralph Laturco and just wiped his fairing clean. That is Tommy Dale in the lead. Well, Tommy left it to the last snatches of the race. That's the number 7 bike, I think, of Luke Lawrence from Sudbury on the spooky racing.co.uk machine. Spooky. He's having a good ride, enjoying himself at the moment in the championship. And he's 183 points. He's down in about 7th place, I think it is, in the standings. But there's number 50 going through. That's Marcus Court from Stanford, one of our guest riders, enjoying himself out there. There's 2 of them. One's got the old vest on, the old novice vest on, and he's enjoying himself as well. Here they come, and Ralph Laturco still hanging on to that 2nd place. Tommy Dale, 16-year-old Bob Farnham sponsored rider and machine, and because Bob's been around racing for too many years to remember, always been very involved in tuning and maintaining motorcycles. If you want your bike to run right in a race, you take it to Bob. Large checkered flag goes out, so it is a win for Tommy Dale. Well, holy smoky Joe. O'Grady then 2nd from Devine, who got back into 3rd. Olsen, Rothwell and Steph Wadlow this time off the podium, but she's still 18 years of age.